In the bustling heart of downtown, Sarah Walters, an MIT graduate who founded 5 companies and a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree, strutted into the lavish reception area of Apex Industries wearing a $5,000 power suit. Her entrance, despite being confident and commanding, was met with disdainful glances and whispered insults. Did someone let the help in? A smirking executive sneered, a clear attempt to undermine her presence. Without missing a beat, Sarah smiled politely, letting the comment roll off her like water off a duck's back. She headed straight for the meeting room where the heads of Apex Industries were gathered to discuss a potential $50 million contract. As she settled into her seat, an uncomfortable silence filled the room. Another executive, this time from Tech Vision Corp, leaned over to his colleague and muttered, "Is this some kind of diversity quota thing?" Followed by a chuckle. Sarah caught every word but remained unflappable, taking mental notes as she let them dig their own graves. As the meeting proceeded, the disdain continued. "Maybe you Ray in the wrong building," one snarked when Sarah began to elaborate on her strategic vision. Another chimed in, "I don't have time for whatever you Ray selling," dismissing her before she could even finish explaining how her $100 M company valuation could benefit their businesses. Unruffled, Sarah listened intently, gathering every bit of disdain and prejudice as ammunition for later. At the critical moment, when the talk turned to the key merger, an executive tried to undermine her input by suggesting she must have misunderstood the figures. "You probably can even read the contracts," one scoffed. The last straw came when an older board member nudged another and suggested Sarah get us coffee. Cheeks flushed with a calm defiance, Sarah stood up, pulled out her phone, and connected it to the room's projector. What flashed on the screen was nothing short of a bombshell. "Actually," she said with a poised smile, "I just bought your company." Gasps filled the room as the Forbes article headline blared. Sarah Walters acquires 51% of Apex Industries. A moment of disbelief hung in the air, quickly followed by shock and panic. "My lawyers will be in touch," she continued, as the executives paled. She dialed a number on her phone and spoke clearly, "Security, escort these 3 out." They fired. The stunned silence was punctuated by whispered murmurs and frantic side glances as 3 executives, now jobless, were led out. Then came the concrete hammer blow. "Your discrimination just cost your company the $2.8 billion global tech merger," she stated, motioning to the screen as the stock reports came streaming in. Apex Industries stock had plummeted 18%, with market analysts citing the internal shakeup as the primary cause. "This is just the beginning," Sarah concluded with a raised brow. "Tech Vision Corp is next on my list." The room was fraught with an intense reality as executives began scrambling, aware now that their underestimation had massive consequences. "Think about that the next time you assume," she added, breathing new life into the palpable chill of the boardroom. Sarah collected her things and exited the room with the same composed grace she came in with. As doors closed behind her, murmurs turned to hurried damage control strategies, but it was too late. Apex Industries lost $500 million in 24 hours, a cautionary tale broadcasted throughout the corporate world. "Hit like if you've faced this," Sarah quipped to her team in the elevator, holding her phone with the now viral footage of the incident. Change was coming, led by none other than Sarah Walters herself. Tell us your city in the comments.